Hi everyone, it's Dawn from Rising Dawn Yoga Studio, and I am very excited to be here today to interview Mina Cantu. She is a local esthetician and also a massage therapist. She is somebody who I recently partnered with. Back in May, we did our first workshop together, and this is all about the traditional Chinese medicine technique of Gua Sha. And it's also wait, she's waving at me to request to join. So let me bring her on, and we'll talk a little bit more about the workshop and what's happening. Did that work? You people know from watching this that this is my nemesis, going live and techniques, and here we are. We did it.
Hi, can you hear me all right? Is
Yes,
everything
I can.
okay?
Perfect.
It's hi everyone.
Yay. So are we catching you in between massages and facials?
I'm done for the day. I just thought I'd do it from here, just so I'm already inside. I was like, I don't want to be outside. It's too hot out there, but I'm done for the day. My attention is here. So yeah, it's been
Perfect.
a good day. Yeah.
All right. So everybody out there who follows Rising Dawn Yoga Studio, this is Mina Cantu. She is a local esthetician and she's also a massage therapist, a wonderful massage therapist at that. I can say firsthand because Mina has been keeping my yogi body in alignment for over 2 years now. So she's got amazing hands. So if you want to get a massage, you definitely want to seek her out. So Mina, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself, where you work out of, and what your services are?
Yeah, of course. Hi, everyone. Future clients and clients that might be watching now. I'm a massage therapist and esthetician. I work at two different spas, and of course, just kind of, I also do some at-home services as well. But I work at Verdant Wellness and Radiant Wellness, and I do facials. I do, of course, massages, waxing. Brows, lashes, you name it. I have a little bit of everything, of course. And I mean, truly, massage is it's such an impactful healing technique, and just something that I feel like we all need in life is just really to kind of just center ourselves, and just kind of that self awareness, I feel like also brings a lot of healing, and just kind of a meditation aspect of, being able to relax and be in the moment without just all the things going on in the mind. And I think massage really can help just calm the body, calm the mind, and
So
everything
true.
that can kind of align from that. And so I feel like our, practices are very intertwined with that. And I like that we've been able to work together with some clients as well, and just like a workshop like this.
Yeah, I absolutely, yeah, I couldn't agree more because it's such a great combination. And before we get into everything, I mean, we talk so much about the lymphatic system. Mina and I are like two nerds. We'll go on and on about the lymphatic system and how important it is. And it seems to get overlooked out of all the systems. Everyone focuses on cardiovascular and so forth. But of course, like, those are all important parts of our functions.
Right.
But lymphatic system is something that people don't realize is really plays a big part in aging. And ladies, it plays a big part in your wrinkles and your cellulite. So, it was funny because, we're going to talk a little bit about this technique called Gua Sha that we are going to be doing at our workshop coming up on August 2nd. And if you're interested in joining us, it's going to be a great workshop. We actually did the first one back in May, and it was a lot of fun. We had I don't know how many women. We had about 15 or so women there, and it was really great because we not just taught gua sha, but we also taught some acupressure points. We talked a lot about lymphatic drainage and how to access that,
Yeah.
and face yoga, how to
Yeah.
strengthen these muscles so we can lift and pull upward. It's such an amazing and holistic and natural technique that so many
Right.
people don't even realize they can do. But
Yeah.
yeah, let's talk a little bit about gua sha. Why don't you tell
Yeah.
everybody what is it?
So gua sha, even just in its name, what does it mean? What is it really? So gua means to scrape. And then sha is going to be kind of that red circulation, the symptom of the Gua, right, and the circulation that appears right after that. And this can date back to very like ancient China. And so just kind of along those traditional Chinese medicine kind of paths. With this, I guess kind of just integrating a little bit today, like if you stub your toe or something and you immediately kind of want to, grab that area, kind of rub it, kind of that similar idea of it's able to move kind of anything under the skin, helping bring blood and ultimately healing to a certain area, and also kind of training the skin and the muscles um, to go a certain direction, of course, kind of fighting against gravity, our ultimate our ultimate thing.
Yeah.
But a lot of things with gua sha too, especially in the face and especially with lymph drainage, truly kind of opening up some of these points in the lymph nodes that I feel like aren't talked about enough, and how that really impacts our healing, our body's ability to detoxify itself, all through the skin. And as we kind of were talking about last time, is that the lymph system does not have its own pump. It needs to be
Yeah.
manually drained. Just like the heart, it has a pump to circulate all the blood. The lymph system does not. So we kind of have to act as the gua sha, which we'll kind of talk about, is a literal tool. I don't have one with me right now, but if you come,
You
you'll
know
get
what? I have one.
you
I'll
might
go
you have
grab
one.
one. Yes. Wait a second.
But yeah, if you guys come to the workshop, you will get your own gua sha tool, which is um, a stainless steel gua sha that can really move some of this fluid under the skin,
There
scrape a
we
little bit
go.
of muscle. Yeah, so that's the gua sha. And of course, back in the day, they were made of different things. You've probably seen some made of jade, rose quartz, different things like that. But really, the intention of this is to kind of align this up with the lymphatic system and be able to push all of this fluid into the lymph nodes for it to be processed through the body, through its natural systems. And it really needs help like that. Of course, movement. Of course, walking and moving is going to help stimulate all of that, but touching these areas, massaging these areas, allowing all of that extra kind of stimulation in the lymph nodes for them to kind of function properly is really going to be best and just most effective out of anything. It works great in combination with massage. You're really able to get a lot of those stress relieving benefits, those natural painkillers, all the good things that come from massage and lymph drainage. So yeah, with that, Gua Sha is really able to target that. And so I hope to teach you guys a little bit more if you come to the workshop. We'll really be able to get into just all the details, all the different lymph node points, all the directions, and just kind of all the step-by-step kind of things that hopefully can help you integrate into your hopefully daily routine, and just kind of helping the body feel better, feel its best self, and improve your quality of being and everything like that.
Yeah, and I have to tell you, I've gotten such good feedback from a lot of the women who came to the first workshop, and we had encouraged them, take that picture, that selfie, on day one, and
Yeah,
then use that to track, 2 weeks into it if you stick with it, because you have to stick with it. It's a practice. But just make it part of your daily skincare routine. Get up in the morning, and that's for me. That's
yeah,
when I find the best time to do it,
most
and you can see that improvement. But they've all been sharing that with me, how they're like, I can't believe it. Like, this really works. I'm like, yes, it works.
so
So
proud of that. I'm so proud of anyone that has is watching,
yeah.
been able
And
to do that. Yeah.
one of my favorite things, Mina, that you mentioned at the last workshop was when we were talking about the lymphatic system, and how it doesn't have a pump. It has to be manually moved through, and usually muscle movement is a great way to do that. So yoga, hi, is a great thing.
Yeah.
The other thing people don't realize is that the lymphatic system is, the vessels run pretty superficial. Like, you don't have to really get deep into pushing with the gua sha to get to it. It's a smooth, more superficial movement to get into the lymph. And as a yin instructor for yin yoga, that's what I work with too, is we don't get into a muscle stretch. Like, it's all about that passive, getting into that myofascial layer, that connective tissue layer, where that's where this lymphatic system lives. And Mina made a point that she said, as a massage therapist, she says, I really am like a human Gua Sha now that I think about it. And I loved it. And I laughed so much. And I was like, you are.
I know, right? It's like I am the Gua Sha moving the fluid and, just able to help the body circulate everything. And so there's just so
Yeah.
much healing that comes from touch, that comes from movement. And so truly just integrating more of that into our lifestyles, trying to kind of combat the more sedentary, kind of lifestyle that I feel like we've all been able to kind of relate to with COVID, just
Oh,
getting
yeah.
it back in there and truly just learning how your body even really works. I feel like is something too that we aren't just told or taught all the time. So I think these practices are just, they work so good hand in hand, and I'm just so excited that for hopefully clients to come and experience from both of our ends, how good these work together. So
Yeah. And it's super fun too because I mean, like all the ladies who showed up last time, but men, you can come too. It's not just a women thing. But we really had a good group. We had a lot of fun. This is going to be the same kind of workshop where everyone gets to leave. Like we said, you'll get your own Gua Sha tool to take home with you, and most important, you're going to have the instructions. Mina is going to instruct you there, but then you'll have instructions to take home with you too, so you can remember exactly the proper technique, because I think that's the biggest thing, right? Is there's
yeah,
so many misinformation videos and things out there on how to do Gua Sha, and especially I've seen some of the ones where they're like, you really press down, and I'm like, oh gosh, no. So
yeah,
learning, from you the proper technique, so important. And also the two facial serums of what you should be using
yeah,
with the Gua Sha tool to make this all come together and work for you. So you'll
yes.
leave with that also. And then and yeah, we're gonna do a little raffle also, give some little prizes away. So it'll be super fun.
Staying for the giveaway, you definitely want to be entered in that. But the products themselves, I definitely encourage people to purchase outside of there to continue to use that in their gua sha practice. The hyaluronic acid is very, very moisturizing for the skin. It just soaks it right on up and can almost like see that glow very um, immediately after applying the product.
Yeah,
And
I
the
definitely
coconut
felt
oil,
like,
I love that you found that coconut oil that we're using because I just love that you use it yourself and you can ingest it, and then all the benefits internally, externally, the healthy fats for the skin, all those things are just, they all work great together. So I'm so excited for just to spread the message and help people continue to do these things and come to our workshop so you can find out more and learn all these
yes,
things.
come join us. So August 2nd, it's a Saturday morning at 10:30. The whole workshop takes about an hour and a half, maybe a little bit longer, if you just have to stay for the raffle. So, no, it's super fun. And when I go ahead and share this video, I'll make sure that I'll put the information below on how they can register. And it sells out pretty fast because we are limited on space.
Yes.
So please, if you're interested, definitely you want to secure your spot right away so you don't miss out. Because yeah, we're going to try to do them as often as we can, but she's got a heavy workload, so do I. So schedules conflict sometimes, but yeah. So please make sure you get your ticket and get in there.
For sure. I hope to see all of you for just a very nice Saturday morning where we can all just relax and enjoy a little bit of self-care together and just learn how to age gracefully and take care, of our external just as much as our internal as well. And I feel like it's just all the techniques that we're doing, they really relax you. And like we were saying about the stress and just lowering that cortisol will increase the collagen and really help anti-age you from like the inside out. So
Yeah, absolutely. That's something that, so, my role at the workshop, I'm going to be teaching you some face yoga techniques. Again, you'll have instructions with you when you leave on how to do this. but talk a little bit about the other benefits. So the coconut oil, MCT oil that we use for the Gua Sha technique is also something that has tremendous benefits for cardiovascular health, for anti-inflammatory. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that as far as, how you can use it in your day-to-day diet. And then, yeah, just talk a little bit also about how to do it mindfully. So you kind of can get yourself out of that constant mind activity where you're just go, 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 thinking about the next thing and not staying present at all, slowing things down and doing things mindfully, connecting to the feeling of the touch. I mean, there's so much
Yes.
that I was able to share with people at the last workshop about that. And it really is a beautiful way, like I said, first thing in the morning. I mean, you're getting your skincare routine and you're doing it mindfully. So you're setting your
Yeah.
mind frame for that day in a very calm and peaceful space.
Even a bit of breath work that we kind of include in there, just kind
Yeah.
of that mindfulness and that breath work to really just encourage all that relaxation and bringing the body down into a relaxed state just has so many benefits being out of that fight or flight cortisol mode. So I hope that, everyone coming can really just be able to decompress in a way and incorporate that into their lifestyle and not just extending beyond the workshop and beyond
Yeah.
just appearance too. So I
Yeah, absolutely. And there's so much to be said for when you approach the inner stuff, right? I mean, I can talk to that as a meditation teacher and a yoga instructor. When you fix the internal, it radiates. Your energy radiates outward, and it shows. And that's your true beauty right there. Is the essence of your energy of who you are. So yeah, we're going to help fix the vehicle you drive around in, as I say. So we'll smooth out the meat suit with the Gua Sha, but yeah, we're also going to talk about that internal
hope.
fix and bring you to a more mindful space where you can just let yourself shine because everyone's beautiful. They really are.
Yes, for sure. I'm
Yeah.
so excited to see hopefully many beautiful faces there. And I definitely am looking forward to the workshop myself because it's definitely relaxing for us as well to be able to share all of this information that we're very passionate about and that we take into our not just our workspaces too, outside of that and, just in everything we do, we kind of have to practice what we preach in a sense and, just kind of have that, atmosphere that we create from within. So truly, I think you definitely
Yeah.
are right on with that. And I love coming to your yoga classes. So if you guys, definitely need to go see Dawn,
Oh,
for her
thank you.
because I love the yin classes for sure. Just with all of that, I'm like yawning the whole time. Speaking of relaxing, all of that.
Yeah, I'm actually, I'll be heading off soon to go teach tonight. So, yin yoga, yes, if you're interested, come join me Tuesday and Thursday evenings. And I started offering some online classes too here and there. So, yeah, so I've been doing that on Monday evening. So there'll be something for people if you're tuning in from wherever. Yeah, stay
Really
tuned.
cool.
I have more coming up on my calendar that I'll have up there.
Definitely, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, but yeah, as far as the lymphatic system goes, like I said, you and I nerd out on the lymphatic system a lot. But, a lot of people don't realize even what it is. It's your body's drainage system, and it really is what helps remove toxins from your body. And, toxins are a lot of different things. We're talking about pesticides that, are environmental things that are going on, processed foods that you ingest. But there's also just like even prescription medication that you take. It has to move through a filter. This is something that works its way out of your bloodstream into those lymphatic vessels. And like Mina was saying, there's no pump. There's no pump for that. There's no heart, so you have to manually move that through. And that is something that, is also removing viruses, bacteria from your system. This is all taking this out of your bloodstream. So the lymphatic vessels kind of run side by side with a lot of your cardiovascular vessels, and it's almost like an osmosis, like it kind of pulls and drains things out. But
Yeah.
then where does it go? It has to go to lymph nodes,
Mhm.
or a larger organ like the spleen, which is probably the biggest, lymph node in the lymphatic system.
Mhm.
And then once it gets there, it gets filtered out through these nodes. So yeah, it's extremely important, like even what Mina does with massage, to have that movement towards the
Yeah.
lymph nodes. And I think that's one of the things that I love you were teaching at the last workshop, is how to use the Gua Sha tool to, well, first you helped open the lymphatic system, where these nodes kind of exist and
Mhm.
live, and then use the tool to actually guide the fluid
Yes.
towards those nodes so they can start draining. So yeah, that was pretty cool that you were doing that. Did you want to talk a little bit about that,
Yeah,
Miss
a little
Miss
bit.
Human Gua Sha over there?
Like you said, you can go on about these things, but it truly is really cool how just the movement and flow of all these systems can really just impact a person's well-being. The lymph system being in proper circulation with everything is going to increase your immunity, and I think that's just so important too. And how the body is, kind of moving everything and having a strong immunity to help all of that. And um, even just with the gua sha, I know that we were saying that the lymph system is very close underneath the skin, but even just with the gua sha itself, as you learn kind of the lymphatic motions and movement, you're still able to somewhat use that as massage and somewhat massage those areas that, we hold tension and stress and everything. So when we kind of get into the back of the neck and then some of those points that Dawn knows very well with behind like the head. And
Yeah, as someone who's certified in traditional Chinese medicine, that was the interesting thing when we started talking. It was like, oh, you had the gua sha tool and you're going behind the neck, and I said, oh wait, you're hitting the gallbladder 20 point. I was like, that has to do with lowering your blood pressure. That has to do with dropping you out of fight or flight response, which is, I mean, like, talk about, yeah, stress relief. That's the point you want to hit. So that was pretty cool when you were talking about that.
yeah, and just kind of helping people really understand how the lymph system works and how, that really is going to help your body just overall kind of get into a better state of just functioning everything, everywhere, So all
Yeah.
of this is truly like almost like necessary for the body. It's just, we want it to be more known to all of our clients, all people, and just I hope that, yeah, we can definitely get the word out about the lymphatic system and how important,
Yeah.
and just the drainage of it, truly, not
Yeah.
just the system of it, but allowing it to drain to help everything function properly. And just for the best quality of life, I feel like, having your body working, as best as it can will improve just how you're feeling mentally, physically, and everything overall. So I
Yeah.
definitely,
And I think, one of the things that a lot of the people who participated in the last workshop kept mentioning to both of us was that they loved the authenticity of the fact that you and I both live what we teach, like it's, yeah, we're not just throwing techniques out there and then saying, oh, see if they work for you. It's like, no,
yeah,
they work. And yeah, so
yeah,
Gua Sha, face yoga, lymphatic movement, it's all connected, and like
yeah.
Mean said, it can help your optimal health overall too. So
Yeah, so I'm like, even if you aren't able to come to the workshop, which I hope you do, so you can really learn all the just the depth and the details of just how everything works and how, to move all of this fluid into the lymph nodes to drain, at least you know a little bit more about the importance of it and why, you should look into it and potentially come to a workshop or just, have more knowledge of how this integrated into your lifestyle will really just improve, everything. If there's like you're doing all these things and it's like, what's missing in it, what's able to kind of sync all this stuff together. Maybe, lymphatic drainage and the gua sha workshop is, something that is gonna fill that space and kind of connect everything in terms of wellness and relaxation. And even I know with a lot of these techniques too, like they can really help improve your quality of sleep as well. Just being able
yes.
to kind of be in that relaxation state, which can be kind of hard to enter into when we're just doing the busyness of every day. So I
Yeah.
definitely like how we're able to, as we incorporate this in people's lives or help them do that, then they truly feel those benefits just outside of the, appearance of it. It's like, I can sleep better and, I wake up more energized and the body is just functioning better overall. So I
Yeah, and
definitely,
the puffiness under the eyes, like people don't realize that's coming from a stagnant lymph system,
yes.
and everybody's like, oh, yes, there it is connected to the fact that you're not sleeping well, but it
Mhm.
truly has a lot to do with moving again that lymphatic fluid, down and getting it drained out of the cranial portion, the head, of your body, and yeah, one of the things, like I said, we talked about the other things that you do as an esthetician, right? Like dry brushing or body scraping and that kind of stuff. I mean, basically, it's the same thing. So, you have puffiness and wrinkles from stagnant lymph. You also get cellulite from from stagnant lymph. Like because it's pushing up on that connective tissue layer and that webbing that goes around your muscles, and then it kind of like oozes through and it
Yeah.
becomes this like rippled effect. But
Yeah.
if you're using like a scraper on a body, or you're going to a spa for some kind of dry brushing technique, that's moving and stimulating that lymph system
Yeah.
again.
Yes, indeed it is. And it's just as much as the lymphatic system is playing a role into the aging and wrinkles, the muscles underneath that are tense and things like that, those will start to, collect a bit of tension and then gravity kind of does its thing and kind of
Yeah.
accentuates that in a sense. But just kind of helping reverse just a little bit of that through the lymphatic massage and a little bit of that muscle underneath to kind of help, really smooth out those wrinkles and fine lines, help kind
Yeah.
of get into some of that TMJ that a lot of us kind of experience with just
She's laughing
not
because
just
she's my massage therapist, and she gets into my jaw and she's like, "What on earth are you doing, girl?" It's so funny. Yeah, TMJ has been my nemesis my whole life.
yeah, and I'm sure everyone just has a little bit of that tension in the jaw and just the back of the head, working at a computer, desk, sleeping, all those things will contribute to it. So just working in those muscles too with it is going to help relax some of those face muscles that when just staying tense all the time, the skin around it is just, staying there with it too. And it doesn't have as much circulation and able to flow through all these very important lymph nodes in there too. So definitely all of that is very, very integrated. And I hope that, you're interested in either of our services to just really improve everything in life. And I know that we all could use a bit of relaxation and just time to ourselves and
Yeah.
self-care in a sense. So I really hope.
Self-care and self-love, I can't stress it enough to every one of my clients, everybody I meet. I should just say, it's always about you got to take care of this first. It's that cliche quote, like you can't pour from an empty cup, but it's so true. Or that one about the face mask right on the plane, like you got to put it on yourself first so you can help others around you.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
truly.
so true. Yeah, you got to take care of this.
And that kind of overflow and abundance, it'll go, it'll flow beyond you into everywhere else that you want it to go just by pouring into yourself first. So that's definitely very,
Yeah,
very true. And we can
definitely.
just get a couple of you guys to come see us there. And I hope that any of the services that we provide can also really improve all the things and these um, topics of health and wellness and everything related to it. So,
Yeah. Well, Mina, thank you so much for coming on, and I can't wait to see you and work with you.
yeah,
But yeah, I'm definitely going to, when I post this video, I will make sure to tell everybody the details on how to register for the workshop on
perfect.
August 2nd. Again, it's August 2nd, Saturday at 10:30. It's here in Locust Grove, Virginia, right down by me. And then I'll also make sure that I link your stuff on there so they can find your business page. And then, of course, also, like Mina said, she works out of Verdant Wellness and also Radiant
Yeah,
Wellness.
yeah.
So, yeah, go see her. She's got lots of good stuff going on.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure being able to talk to you about all of this. And um, I hope that, we're able to get these guests over here. And I definitely look forward to the workshop. I love it. I love that we're able to continue doing this. And
Yeah.
yeah, for the spa, this one at Verdant Wellness is right out of Fawn Lake. So if you're local to the area, and right down the street. And then the other one's on Route 3. So anywhere over there. I hope that you guys will find me, but we'll link all the stuff below. And
Yeah.
thank you, everyone who's watching. I hope to see you
All
guys
right.
there. Thank
Thanks. I'm off to teach my yin class now. We're working on our crown chakra tonight. So,
Oh, nice.
yeah,
Awesome.
our energy of enlightenment.
Yeah, the last one until the.
Yep. All right, Mina. Have a great night.
Thank you too, Dawn.
All right. Bye bye.